Tell us, we're sitting here today talking about Sergeant Craig Hutchinson. Tell us about him.
Well, I can tell you that when I first started working here at the Sheriff's Office, Craig was my FTO, the nicest guy in the world. One of the things that he always said before we started our shift is that you treat everybody with respect. And I grew up like that. My mom taught me that all of my aunts and uncles, no matter who you are, you treat them with respect. But it never really hit home. It's kind of like we all have kids. And I can tell you that my kids have to hear it from somebody else before they believe it. The parents can tell them everything. And I've always had that in my heart, but I knew that my mom was right when I heard it from somebody else. And Craig Hutchinson was just a great guy. I hear people talk about he was a gentle giant. You could look at him and see that he was very big and very tall, but he was a big teddy bear. And I call him a gentle teddy bear. One of the things that after I left from the Sheriff's Office, because I was here for a period of time, and then I went to Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission. Another one of my idols took me over there, Doyne Bailey, who's a former sheriff here. I didn't see him all the time, but every time I did run into him when I was at the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission, he would always come and give me that big old bear hug. He was just a good guy, and he cared about everybody.
How many years total had you known the sergeant?
Well, I knew him since '85. When he became my field training officer. We have a lot of great stories, and one of the things that he would always tell people when we were together was that I was the only guy that he let touch his butt. And he says that because we had a tackle football team here at Travis County Sheriff's Office, and I was quarterback, he was the center. And that was the thing that he would always tell individuals. And one of the strange things I would tell folks, he was so tall and I was so short that normally I played football in college, and I was a quarterback in college. And the center, you would get down and put your hands under the center and try to get the ball. And normally it was waist high, but when he became center, I had it up here almost in my face. So he would crack jokes about that all the time.
So a lot of the people that I've spoken with, of course, talked about his professionalism and how great he was, but you had a different view of him. Sounds like he was kind of a jokester.
He was. He was always playing practical jokes, and sometimes being a young officer, he was young, and he had, I call them mitts, or I think it was pretty much like boxing gloves. His hands were huge, and he was one of my FTOs early in the morning, and I'm not an early morning person. And while he's driving, when you first start the FTO program, you don't do any of the driving. You just sit up and observe what your field training officer is training you to do. And early in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, that means I had to get up at 5:30 and get dressed and go to work. And I'm sitting over in the passenger seat, and every now and then, I might have had a late night, and he would, I would fall asleep or start dozing, and he would thump me in my ear to wake me up, and it felt like he was hitting me with his fist, but it was just one little finger, and he always thought that was the funniest thing, because I would make different gestures after he did that. And the guy, we would go into restaurants, and him being so big in a police uniform, the kids would just gravitate to him. And I think the majority of the people that was around Hutch wanted to be just like him, because he was just a friendly guy.